3 years ago, you were just the driver. 2 guys you knew robbed an armored truck outside town. You never even touched the money. It didn't matter. The police boxed you in, and the judge gave you 25 years. The prison sits at the edge of a huge swamp. Tonight, you're leaving. A storm killed the prison lights for 90 seconds. You were already on top of the wall when they went dark. You dropped into the mud on the far side and heard the first siren start up. Every road out has a police checkpoint, so you run the only way left, straight into the swamp. An old cellmate owes you. His brother runs crab boats. At dawn the day after tomorrow, one of them stops at Pigeon Landing for exactly 10 minutes. That's 30 hours away, across 30 miles of black water. Dogs behind you, gators ahead. Miss that boat, and there is no other one. The clock starts now. This is a fictional dramatized story made for entertainment. The events, people, and choices are imaginary, not real, and it does not endorse or glorify any crime. The dogs have your scent, and they are loud about it. Right beside you is a deep, dark channel, and every guy in prison swears water beats a dog's nose. Ahead is a solid dirt levee where you can really run. Option A, swim the channel. Option B, run the levee, then slip off it. Choose. Time's up. Let's see what that got you. If you chose A, you slide into water as cold as a grave and swim for the middle, as quiet as you can, which is not very quiet. Halfway across, the bank behind you moves. A shape as long as a small boat slides off the mud without a sound. The ripple it leaves is pointed right at you. An alligator slams into your legs and knocks you sideways in a burst of white water. You fight your way to the far bank, cut up, loud, and bleeding into your sleeve. And loud is the problem. 3 flashlights swing onto the mud where you're crawling, and the dogs come howling. The dogs lost your scent. The gator found you first. If you chose B, you run. Not clever, just fast, sneakers slapping the top of the levee while your lungs remember 3 years in a cell. Half a mile of open ground, the barking getting thinner behind you. Then you pick your spot, a low, flooded field of shin-deep grass. You step off the levee into it without slowing down. You wade low and quiet while the dogs pour down the levee above you, following the trail you left, and race right past your turnoff into the dark. The barking fades north. You stand in cold, black grass and water, alone, alive, and 29 hours from that boat. Keep moving. An airboat is walking its spotlight through the trees, one by one, in no hurry at all. You could go down, pull the green weed over your head, and become part of the swamp. Or you could go up. That light hunts the water, not the branches. Option A, sink against a trunk and freeze. Option B, climb up into the moss. Choose. Pencils down. Here's how it plays out. If you chose A, you press against a cypress tree as wide as a car and let the water pull you down to your nose. You rake green weed over your head until you look like just another patch of scum. Something soft grabs your leg and starts feeding. You let it. Then the spotlight comes on, like a second sun. The light crawls over your tree, stops for one long breath, and moves on. The airboat roars and drags the whole search deeper into the trees. Without you. You come up an inch at a time and peel 2 leeches off your leg. 2 leeches. That's the cheapest price you've paid in years. If you chose B, you pull yourself up into the low fork of the cypress and press into the moss, 10 feet above the light. Good idea, in theory, but a climbing man makes the hanging moss swing like a door, and dead bark rains down into the water right as the spotlight arrives to watch it land. The light climbs the trunk and finds orange up in the branches. The airboat circles twice. A calm voice tells you to come down, and there is nowhere to go but into the light. You're the first man out here they've ever caught up a tree. The dogs will brag about this one for years. Dawn is burning off your cover, and the only fast way to the trees is a strip of mud. The problem, a 12-foot alligator is lying on it. He looks asleep. They always look asleep. Around him is chest-deep sawgrass that cuts like paper and hides worse. Option A, wade the long way around. Option B, walk the mud past him. Choose. Too late to change your mind now. Let's watch. If you chose A, you take the long way, chest deep, the sawgrass opening thin red cuts on your arms with every step. Halfway around, a water moccasin is coiled on a floating mat right ahead, its white mouth open like a warning sign. You freeze. You give it 4 slow feet of room and keep your eyes on it until it's behind you. You come out of the grass shaking and scratched all over, but you come out. Behind you, the big gator never moved, still owning his mud. The tree line swallows you up. 21 hours left, and the swamp has stopped being your biggest problem. Almost. If you chose B, you take the mud, slow and careful, hugging the far edge. 6 feet from his tail, you learn what every local warns you about. Still does not mean asleep. The alligator lunges sideways, faster than anything that big should be, and his tail sweeps your legs out from under you like a gate. You drag yourself out of the shallows on a leg that won't work, and the splash carried across a mile of flat morning water. Before you've crawled 100 yards, the airboat pulls up beside you with 2 men who don't even rush. He wasn't sunbathing. He was waiting for breakfast. A 1/4 mile of open water sits between you and the far bank, with a police helicopter flying slow circles above. But there's a gift. A half-sunk little boat. Bail it out, and you cross in 4 minutes. Or use it as a float and swim behind the weeds, slow as the current. Option A, paddle straight across. Option B, float low and slow. Choose. Locked it in? Good. Let's see it. If you chose A, you bail the boat out with your hands, push off, and paddle for the far bank as hard as you can. 4 minutes, that's all you need. You get 90 seconds. Then a small cross-shaped shadow slides across the boat, and the helicopter above you changes from bored to very, very interested. From up high, an orange man in a little boat on brown water might as well be a flare. The helicopter tips, locks onto you, and holds you there while 2 boats come around the point ahead. A tired voice on a loudspeaker tells you it's over. You made great time to the middle. So did everyone watching. If you chose B, you sink the boat back down to a floating log, hook one arm over it, and give the water your whole body. Just a face among the weeds, kicking slow, drifting like trash. The helicopter slides over once, and your heart nearly jumps out of your chest. You keep kicking, slow. Twice it passes. Twice it reads you as a log and weeds, because right now that's all you are. 40 cold, slow minutes later, your sneakers touch mud, and you drag yourself into the shade of the far bank with arms like wet rope. Slow as trash, alive as anything. Worse trades exist. A trapper's camp, quiet as a church, with a clothesline full of the one thing you need, camouflage. 12 hours in bright orange has been a small miracle, and miracles run out. But quiet camps have owners, and owners have shotguns and radios. Option A, sneak over and take the clothes. Option B, leave it and keep moving. Choose. That's your answer. Let's find out if it holds. If you chose A, you wade the channel and cross the open mud like the ground is made of glass. An old dog sleeps chained by the steps, so you give him a wide path. The line gives up a camo jacket and canvas pants. You push the orange jumpsuit deep into the mud, burying who you used to be. It goes quietly. An hour later, a patrol boat runs the far bank, 2 men scanning the trees for a color you're not wearing anymore. The binoculars sweep right over you, a green-brown nothing standing still in a green-brown world, and keep going. You even found dried meat in the jacket pocket. Try not to enjoy this too much. If you chose B, you leave the camp alone and push on through thinning trees, telling yourself that speed is its own disguise. The swamp disagrees. The trees open into flat marsh. The sun turns your orange jumpsuit into a signal flare, and far off on a levee, a man with binoculars stops chewing his sandwich. One radio call. That's the whole story. 2 boats swing in from channels you didn't even know were there and close the marsh around you like a bag pulling shut. You stand there in wet orange with nowhere left to go that isn't them. The swamp wears every color there is. You brought the one it doesn't. The sky has turned the color of a fresh bruise, and the swamp is about to become a lightning field, with you as the tallest thing in it. There's a hollow cypress right here, dry inside, or there's the storm itself, loud enough to cover any sound you make. Option A, hide in the hollow tree and wait it out. Option B, walk straight into it. Choose. Clock's dead. Moment of truth. If you chose A, you fold yourself into the hollow trunk as the sky opens up. For 2 warm hours, it's the best room you've had in 3 years. Rain roars, lightning walks the swamp, and you drift off. What you can't hear over the storm, boots. Search teams love a storm break because runners love a dry tree. The rain stops, and the swamp fills with light that isn't lightning. 4 beams on the hollow tree, dogs already sitting. A man with a coffee saying, "You can come out whenever you're ready. No rush." They searched the whole grove while you slept. You waited out the weather. They waited out you. If you chose B, you walk into the storm. Rain comes sideways, lightning flashes the swamp white, and every gator on every bank slides into the water to wait it out, which is exactly where you're waiting. You stick to the shallows, flinch at every lightning strike, and let the storm scream loud enough for both of you. Here's what 2 hours of hard rain does to your scent trail. It washes it away completely. Somewhere behind you, the dog teams stand over nothing. You come out the far side, soaked to the bone, shaking, 3 miles closer, and officially off the map. Worth every bit of warmth it cost you, probably. 3 hours to go, and they've bet everything on the front door. Spotlights sweeping the channel on a steady rhythm you could set a watch to. Between sweeps, a strong swimmer can make it in the dark. Behind you is a backway, the gator nursery, where mother gators guard their nests and treat visitors as food. Option A, time the lights and swim in. Option B, sneak through the nursery. Choose. No takebacks now. Here we go. If you chose A, you count the sweeps like a thief cracking a safe. Find the dark gap and slip into the channel, swimming quiet between the beams. The rhythm holds. What the rhythm doesn't tell you, there's a third boat, no lights at all, sitting dead still in the middle of the channel with its engine off, waiting. The engine roars to life 10 feet away and the world goes white. You're in the middle of the channel, nothing to dive under. Your arms already dead from 30 hours of swamp. A hand grabs your collar and hauls you over the side like the last catch of the day. You counted every light out there, except the one they left off. If you chose B, you go around, crawling on your belly through the shallow nursery, and the dark starts hissing. A mound rises on your left, and a mother gator stands up tall on it, jaws open, giving you the only warning you'll get. You give her the whole channel, moving slow as syrup, eyes down like an apology. She lets you live, which is more than the state is offering. You come up out of the weeds behind the landing, heart pounding, and there it is through the reeds, the old rotting dock, the black water, and one crab boat, exactly where the promise said it would be. 2 hours to dawn. There's the boat. There's a man at the wheel you've never met, smoking like he has all morning, which he doesn't, and neither do you. 10 minutes. That was the deal. If it's a trap, the reeds are the only friend you have left. Option A, break cover and board now. Option B, stay hidden and wait for a signal. Choose. This is the last one. Hope you picked well. Let's see. If you chose A, you break cover and cross the dock low and fast, 30 hours of swamp hitting your legs all at once. The boatman doesn't jump or wave. He just flips a tarp off a pile of crab traps and says your cellmate's name, like a password. You climb into the smell of old bait and disappear. The boat chugs past a patrol at an easy, honest speed. Just one workboat among many, and nobody looks twice at crab traps. Through a gap in the tarp, you watch the swamp let you go, mile by gray mile. You made it out. You're also nobody now. No name, no home. And every siren for the rest of your life is about you. Enjoy the sunrise. If you chose B, you stay in the reeds, watching the smoke, waiting for a signal that was never part of the deal. 10 minutes crawl by. The boatman checks his watch twice, drops his cigarette in the water, and does the only thing a man with a family and a boat payment can do. He pushes off. You're still watching the boat's wake fade when the morning search team works the bank behind you, and a dog that's been chasing you for 30 hours finally gets what he wanted. Handcuffs in the reeds, sunrise on the water, the boat a dot down river. The ride showed up. You made it wait. The police won't. 8 choices, 1 boat, and a swamp that charged you rent every single hour. Some of you are riding out under that tarp right now. Most of you are gator food or back inside doing 25 years plus an escape charge. Drop your final answer in the comments, A or B, and tell me where the swamp got you. Be honest, the dogs already know.